Hey guys, what's up? It's Morgan. Welcome to my bookshelves, which are non-existent at this current moment in time, but I guess it's just my intro. So I'm going to be doing a review on a book that I DNF'd, and this review is about the book Mosquitoland by David Arnold. This book is going to contain mentions of sexual assault, car crashes, illness of a parent, and what else did I write down? Stalker behavior from an older man to an underage girl. So I'm first going to start off with because sickness of a parent is pretty self-explanatory. This whole book is about a girl whose mom gets sick, and that is something that has happened to me. It's affected my life. My mom was sick for a long time before she passed away a couple of years ago. But that's not what I had an issue with, actually. That wasn't really mentioned at all in the book, and I really wish that was the main plot point. So that's just a personal thing. The next is the sexual harassment and assault trigger warning that I'm going to be talking about because I think that this book handled that terribly. Because it's just the way that it handled the situation after the fact, how the main character, it happened, and then the plot just kind of completely ignored it. Like, yeah, the perpetrator kept popping up at random points in the book, but just, like, the way the author described it was as if someone was saying hello to a friend. That's how I feel like the sexual assault encounter went down, and I'm not okay with that. It's gross, to put it bluntly, sorry. And I'm fine. I can't do it. It was disgusting how the author wrote it. I don't know if anybody else had a problem with it. I did. That's pretty much the biggest reason as to why I had to DNF the book. Why I just stopped it. I plan on donating it. I don't want it anymore. Just because of the way that was handled. It was very cutthroat almost. It's like it happened, and then it was done, and then it was never talked about again. And if you're going to put something that heavy in a book, that is something that the main character has to, recognize that is what happened, that it's something that honestly will scar you for life. Or at least it has for me. So, because I have been sexually assaulted on 2 different occasions, but I really just don't want to talk about that right now. But I don't like how the author handled it, and how it was just handled, period. And how other people just kind of ignored what happened, because the girl was making it very clear that, like, listen, she doesn't want this guy's attention, and this is a full-grown adult. And he was in the woman's bathroom as well, which is also just very disturbing, and how she describes that it wasn't his first person, but she doesn't really commit. Sorry, that was my dad, but, so, that's just the way it happened, and the way the author talked about it, just did not sit right with me. I did not like it. Next, I was going to talk about the stalker behavior, just from the guy who sexually assaulted the main character. He was following her, because the author, I guess, decided to use that sexual assault was almost a plot device. At least that's how it read to me. It felt like he was going to use that as a plot device and continue bringing this character back and back and back to prove something. I don't know. I never finished the book. I don't plan on finishing it. I don't care if you spoil me in the comments. I don't I don't. And so we're just gonna go on to my notes, and my notes for this, we're gonna keep going with the problematic aspect, which I'm gonna go start with how the mental illnesses or mental health issues, that's a better way to put it, seem very romanticized, because that's not fleshed out at all. That he, like, I don't know, just the way he describes, again, it felt like that was being used as a plot device to help move the story along, which, you can tell I'm very annoyed right now, but I'm past my stage of being yelling and shouting angry. I have a whole video of me shouting at the book, but just the fact that the author decided to use those two very heavy topics as plot devices, which I've come to realize that a lot of books use those as plot devices. Sorry if I have like something in my eye. Is just disgusting to me. Next, cultural appropriation is something that does come up in this book, and the character recognizes that what she does what she considers war paint, which is drawing symbols on her face with lipstick, and she says, I only really do this to feel empowered with my Native American heritage, even though I'm only 1/16. And that, I can't speak for someone who is Native American, or because I myself am, like, not even close to being Native American at all. I am the whitest person ever. But it made me uncomfortable that was just something that was thrown around so casually, because that is something that a lot of people use as cultural appropriation in today's world, and it makes it feel like that the author is saying that is okay, when clearly it is not okay. Weird feelings, I put weird feelings towards attractive men, hashtag, or in parentheses, kind of creepy. So she sees this guy, and it's almost an insta-love kind of thing, but it's a lot creepier than that. She just is, like, constantly, like, looking at him, describing the way he looks, and, like, what he looks like. He looks like a movie star, da-da-da-da-da, and I mean, if it's not okay for guys to do it to us, it's not okay for us to do the exact same thing we don't want them to do to us to them, if that makes any sense. It's just very odd, and it feels... And she was like, oh, it's like a movie in my head, and I don't know, there's just, again, something about that just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And more towards the writing craft, character-wise, the characters didn't seem fleshed out as people. They just seemed very one-dimensional, even though the narrator tried to make everyone have these deep little bits and pieces that make them important. And then, yeah, other than that, the writing style was okay. It was a mix between novel and letter, but that's really all I want to say about this book. I encourage you to not buy it. There are plenty of other good books out there to read, so I implore you to go pick up one of those. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be a lot happier than this. Trust me.